All right, everybody, welcome into a brand new episode of this week's What's the Trend? Aaron, we were just talking numbers. I believe this is episode
27. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy to
We're
think
almost to 30, girl.
It's crazy to think the podcast is as old as us now.
Yes.
27, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That math is
exactly
correct.
how old I am.
Yeah, those are our ages, we swear.
Yeah.
Well, guys, as always, we just want to say thanks for hanging out with us. We have so much joy doing this show.
We do. Well, I mean, it's the highlight of my week. You've said it's yours, but you never.
It's so much fun. It is such a highlight. And what we do is highlight all of your top pop culture moments. And we've had so much going on lately.
There's been a lot.
This is a time to shine for our show, for sure.
Who knew the winter would be our biggest time of year?
Truly, we've got everything from Grammys to Oscars to Family Feuds to new TV shows dropping, movies. All the movies are starting to roll out for the year.
Finally. So, we got to get past January to get the real hits on our hands.
So I tell you what, our format, we always kind of break it into some sections. Today, we are going to break it down with your local events ahead of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Aaron, if folks are listening to this here, Valentine's is right around the corner. In fact, it's on a Saturday this year. Love that.
I love it, though.
Well, what I love, too, is that we can give kind of folks a little idea of how they can plan their weekend here. So I wanted to start by sharing a local tidbit here. We know that the Plain White Tees are coming to Jasper. I was kind of shocked to see this. This is great. So maybe you're looking to do something for Valentine's Day here. So they're a pop rock band, again, Plain White Tees. Surely you've heard of them. Set to perform this Saturday in Jasper. They actually became, Aaron, like a household name when their Grammy-nominated song, as soon as I say it, it's going to get stuck in your head, Hey There, Delilah. That when that song came out, I mean, it's what they call an earworm. Yeah. So Hey There, Delilah is their biggest hit they're known for. They're going to be over at the Jasper Arts Center. Doors are going to open at 6:30 Eastern time. I know Jasper is kind of on a different time zone than a lot of the tri-state. And we do have ticket information if you want to go check that out over at 14news.com. I know some folks may be scrambling for those last minute Valentine's plans. So there you go. I'm helping you guys out. Aaron, what do you have for us?
Well, Six Strings in Evansville on Franklin Street is holding a fun I almost said Halloween. Halloween is on the brain. Valentine's Day event. They'll be hosting a Latin dance and traffic light party.
This sounds so fun.
It sounds so cool. I don't know, if you've ever been to a traffic light party, let me take you on a walk. You either wear green, yellow, or red kind of to advertise your relationship status. Again, if you haven't done it before, I haven't, but it sounds like a fun
It does.
time.
Honestly, this sounds really fun.
It really does. To go to a traffic light party, here's how it works. You wear green, it means you're single. Yellow means it's complicated.
Okay.
And red means you're taken.
Okay.
So, once you choose your shirt, you can kind of match with whoever is also in the same boat.
We don't any of the reds mixing with the greens,
exactly.
Okay?
And it kind of, from what I understand, it kind of gives singles some room to, approach somebody without that fear of rejection right away.
Yes, definitely.
And I don't know if you have this experience. We've all been there at a certain point. You're gorgeous. I'm
gorgeous.
Basic.
Now listen. Basic, you stop. Now, what were you going to say? We've all been there, though,
we've had hits or misses.
Yes. Oh, exactly. I don't care who you are.
This kind of gives you, at least a precursor to, this person is single. I might have a shot.
Now, listen, I think they're just so intimidated by your beauty. That's got to be, that's what you meant to say, right?
Be it.
That was what it was.
Sure, but you can do that and go up. It's a $10 upstairs cover charge, which is fine. That's doable.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also $10 to get into the bar anyway. You might as well enjoy it.
Go for it.
But you don't have to pay twice at the front door. You just let them know that you're there for Latin night, and it'll be fun. It's a whole dance party kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, I like the Latin night theme, too. I don't know how those two go hand in hand.
But hey.
Traffic and Latin night.
Why not? Fun. But obviously you have to be 21 to participate. It's a bar at the end of the day. But it seems like a fun event to me.
This sounds super cool, especially if I was in my, maybe college age era, single, looking to mingle and find that person. Of course, if I went to this party, I would have to have on a bright red shirt as I am married and taken. But I think it's neat that, it gives that little less pressure of going up to people. So if you wear green, you can, at least put yourself out there for the first time, have a little fun with it, and just let the pressure go away. And again, don't take yourself too seriously. So that is kind of a cool mixer event, if you will, for those who are celebrating Valentine's this weekend. I love I love the big holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving and of course our favorite Halloween. But I also love the little tiny holidays that are sprinkled in throughout the year, like St. Patrick's Day,
Yep.
Valentine's, Mardi Gras is a cute one.
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day. I just love like those little tiny holidays, and then you have something just to make it even more fun when you go out there with something like this. So again, I don't know why they tied in Latin night. That's
Not
fun.
really, but go for it.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Do you think they're playing like a lot of Latin music, I guess?
Sounds like a dance party.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we might have a little bit of Bad Bunny.
I was
in
going to
there,
say, this is kind
which
of
we'll get
giving
to that in
Super
a
Bowl
minute, but
halftime.
yes.
It's giving Super Bowl. Okay, Aaron, so those are some fun events if you guys are planning out your Valentine's Day weekend. And for those of you who want to now move on, we are going to talk movies in this next category here. So I'll cover this one.
Yeah.
We again are talking movie news. Austin Butler is set to play former professional cyclist Lance Armstrong in an untitled biopic that's coming up with Edward Berger. I would say that wrong. I'm really good at names on this show. So Armstrong, you may remember, he's like super famous cyclist. He won the Tour de France 7 times. He's also known as being a cancer survivor as well. Remember, everybody had the Live Strong.
Yep. Oh, I had one.
We all did. But he was stripped of those titles in 2012 after admitting to taking those performance-enhancing drugs. So, kind of a controversial person here to portray in a film. Lance Armstrong, from both ends of the spectrum. You like him, you love him, or you're not a fan. Hey, that's all right. It'll be a great film either way because it does encompass all of those aspects of his life, from the triumphs to the
career lows.
Career lows. Yes, we'll go with that. I just remember him dating Sheryl Crow. Anyways.
Me too. That's the only thing that I can
Who will play Sheryl Crow in the movie?
That's a great question.
Should we try out?
Yes.
So this movie is going to be a good one. I'm excited about it. Aaron, what do you think?
I think it's going to be interesting because he is, at one point, was such a controversial figure in the bicycling community, but also just in general. I remember this was huge and everybody was kind of hating on him. I mean, I still think he was good.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, you can't do performance-enhancing drugs and get away with it.
Oh, some of our greatest athletes have a little drama to their origin story as well.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of, he was actually, you may remember, he was asked to return all the prize money that he earned between 99 and 2005. But like you said, needless to say, enough drama in there for an interesting movie. Cool to see Austin Butler portray Lance Armstrong. I will definitely go check this one out.
Yes, it sounds pretty interesting, and Austin Butler kind of does look like, if you squint, kind of. I bet when they shave his head, it's going to be like, oh yeah, there it is.
There it is. I think that Austin Butler is a pretty fantastic actor. I loved him in the Elvis movie. Again, I wasn't quite sure. He's blonde, and to see him play Elvis. But it's like he just turned into the character. That was one of my favorite movies I've seen in a long time. So there you go. Austin Butler doing a Lance Armstrong movie. And it's not titled yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
So stand by.
Probably Armstrong or something like that. Or Live Strong.
We'll go. Oh, there.
It could be Live Strong.
Go get your bracelets ready, guys. We're bringing them back. Get your bands. All right, Aaron, what's your movie story today?
Well, it's actually a little bit of TV
news. Okay.
Yeah. The success of the highly popular show Heated Rivalry on HBO has helped propel book sales of the series. Now, the publishing company HarperCollins reported a record revenue in the second quarter of $633 million.
Wow.
Now, that's a spike of 6%.
That's insane.
And the publisher says a massive spike is because of the Game Changer series. And Heated Rivalry is a part of that volume, like one of the volumes, and I think it's 7 book series.
My goodness.
And I think there's more to come, so if that tells you anything, it's not slowing down. But it tells the story of various gay hockey players and, kind of their story, individual stories and love stories and things like that. But the TV adaptation was a huge hit on HBO Max, and after the network imported it from Canada, have you seen it yet?
So I have not. It sounds intriguing.
It's fun.
It's almost like the perfect time to check it out when we're sitting here doing all of our Olympic coverage.
Yeah.
And everybody's like in Olympic mind frame right now. Like hockey is not something I've ever really gotten interested into. But this is honestly, this might be the perfect time. Yeah. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
What would you out of 5 pucks? What would you give it?
I'd give it 5.
5
I'm
out of 5.
telling you, it's really good.
What's your favorite storyline? Can you kind of, if people are listening to the show?
There's kind of a middle, I want to say like a bottle episode. You know how some episodes of shows just kind of like have a really contained story. There's 2 characters. One is a side character.
Okay.
But it's still important. You get his side of the his like storyline,
Okay.
basically. It's an episode all dedicated to him. It's Scott Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
And he falls in love with a guy named Kip, and kind of, I don't want to say chaos ensues, but, you know, it's hard in the hockey world. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are not out that are still in the game, and hopefully this kind of opens doors for people to be more comfortable. And I know one, I don't think he was an NHL player, but a pretty pronounced hockey player came out because of the show. So
Yeah, well, that's good that it's inspiring people.
it's making an impact on people.
I'll definitely check it out, and then I will report back to you. I will say one thing about my wonderful Aaron Weeks here is anytime he has recommended something, it has been fantastic.
It's a hit or a miss. Sometimes I like
Got great taste.
Sometimes I do love the good stuff, but there is that level of garbage that I do like. You know, that I
We
kind
all
of
love our
enjoy.
trash TV.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And hey, you know what? That's okay because we've got to unwind every now and then.
Now,
No one needs to know my Netflix search history.
No, my gosh.
I said I never really watched the Housewives or reality shows or the Kardashians because I don't like to see people fighting. My guilty pleasure is the like Emily in Paris, like the very in Hallmark movies, the very predictable, happy stuff. My husband always jokes about how he's like, you know how it's going to end, and I'm like, and that's fine because it brings me joy. So there you
That's
have
all that
it.
matters. What makes you happy.
And speaking
Watch
of
what makes you happy.
doing what makes people happy here,
This is all about you.
Let's
right here.
pivot to
This is your bread
music.
and butter right here.
That's right. Country music fans, they are going to be so happy to hear this announcement. If you didn't know this yet, don't worry. Aaron and I will tell you big news for you country music fans because Tim McGraw has announced that he is returning for a massive 33-date. It's called the Pawn Shop Guitar Tour for the summer of 2026. So here pretty soon it's going to kick off. The tour it marks his return to the stage after a year-long hiatus. He's been recovering from multiple surgeries. Aaron, I think he had like a double knee replacement surgery, something to do with his knees. So he's very active on stage. I remember him and Kenny Chesney toured together for a while, and the amount of like sweat and country music on that stage was
can only
more
imagine.
than your heart desires. So Tim McGraw puts on a great show. I'm sure his idea of a concert is not him standing there playing guitar. He moves around. He does a lot. So that's why I'm sure those injuries halted him even more than he would have liked. He takes very good care of himself. I know he has a line of gyms that he opened. So fitness is his top priority. So I'm glad that he took a beat, got better, rested, and recovered because now he's going to hit the road again this summer. There's going to be 3 exclusive stadium dates. And those stadium dates are also going to feature not just Tim McGraw, he is bringing some special guests, including the Chicks and Lady A. That'll be really cool.
I know them.
You know those
I know
names.
them.
He said, I know those words. He
Yes,
doesn't know a
yes,
ton
yes.
of country music, but you know.
I know who Tim McGraw is at least.
These are 3 country acts that I will say my Aaron Weeks knows.
I do.
What
I know.
the
Didn't
Chicks,
he
I mean-
sing "When the Stars Go Blue" or something of the sort?
So I know him for his biggest one that he started, one of his first big hits. He's had so many, but the very early one that got a lot of attention was "Don't Take the Girl."
Again,
Johnny's daddy was taken. All right, it's fine.
I
it's
mean,
fine. But the Chicks, we know
The
Earl's Gotta
Chicks,
Die.
hello.
Don't worry, I
The
won't
Earl
sing
has
any of their
to die.
songs. I'll spare you guys from my singing today. But yeah, the Chicks are great. Lady A's fantastic. So I think it'll be a good
it
show.
sounds like if I was gonna go to a country concert, God knows you're not gonna catch me at one. But if I had to go to one, this would be the one to go to because at
dragging
least
them
I
in.
know that there's like people that I know.
Yeah, pretty prolific acts
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It's nice too because you get like 3 shows in one. 3 shows for the price of one Tim McGraw ticket. Kickoff is going to be July 9th in New York, and it's going to wrap September 26th in West Palm Beach, Florida. So you've got a window here this summer to get out there, see Tim McGraw, have some fun.
Yeah, we've got even more. It's sad news in music. We always,
This one hurts.
This one does hurt, and it's so unexpected.
I
you
know.
Sad news I have to share with you. Brad Arnold, the lead singer of the Grammy-nominated band Three Doors Down, has died months after he announced that he was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer. And Three Doors Down gave massive commercial success and made multi-platinum albums and had countless chart-topping singles. They sold over 20 million albums worldwide and earned multiple Grammy Award nominations. And this one hurts because we are children of a certain time, especially the 2000s. This was what we grew up on.
Oh, yeah.
I
love
mean,
Three
I
Doors
had my
Down.
Now CDs.
Yeah,
and
I
They were featured on a lot of them.
We're on like now 300 at this point, but it's fine.
I would love to know which now we're actually on.
That's a good question.
That scares me to even think about.
I want to know, but then I don't.
Yeah, that would hurt my heart. But, you know, many know the band, you know, for their massive success and like their 2000s debut, like Kryptonite. But Brad was only 47 years old.
Yeah, 47 years old. I think the shock because he had just announced it and really it was only a matter of months. But again, you know, you read those accolades in his music. That's the thing about, you know, whether you're an actor or a singer, performer in some way, your work lives on, which is pretty cool. So
That's
Brad
great.
will be remembered. And speaking of, meanwhile, that kind of rolls us into this next headline here. Again, sorry, we're not trying to bring you guys down here, but these are just
but we have to report
huge headlines.
the news.
Yeah, huge headlines in the world of celebrity news, which is what this show covers. Meanwhile, we're going to revisit this one, another one that hurt. The cause of death here for our beloved actress, Catherine O'Hara, that was officially released here this week. So we wanted to bring you that update on this week's show. So we know that O'Hara died at the age of 71, too early, on January 30th due to a pulmonary embolism. So basically, that's just, you know, a blockage that's caused by a blood clot. According to her death certificate that was released by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office, that's where that information came from that let the public know what happened, because a lot of folks were so, you know, we were sad, but we wanted you got some answers like
Yes.
what happened to our beloved, you know,
I was shocked.
icon here. It's like, I know we don't know them personally, but you feel like you do.
So, yeah, there are some celebrities that just connect with you on a deeper level than what you would expect.
Yeah.
And she was definitely one of those.
Well, I tell you what, that certificate did reveal that she also was dealing with a private cancer battle, but they did say that really was kind of listed as a contributing long-term factor. So she had been ill, kind of wondered about that. She had looked like she's
A little thinner.
a little thinner, wasn't feeling her best at some of her kind of events leading up to her death. So I think it was just kind of overall
Just a combination
of things. Yeah. So there, you know, we have some answers now. I said between Catherine O'Hara and Diane Keaton, we've lost our Hollywood moms this year, it feels like. So let's end it kind of on a brighter note here, though. Let's remember Catherine, you know, an Emmy award-winning actress. In fact, Aaron, she was nominated for 10 Emmys. She won twice for Best Female Actor in a Comedy Series. Take a guess which one.
I know one is Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
And there's a second one?
I think they're both for Schitt's Creek.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
that's the way I took it. So,
wow.
but I mean, come on, when you think of one of her best pieces of work,
I mean, that is
it would
pretty
be
top
Schitt's
tier.
Creek. So yeah, we love her. Like I said, she was like our TV movie mom. Aaron, safe to say, these artists that we just talked about on today's show are just going to be extremely missed by fans and loved ones around the world. But I tell you what. We love to also cover some major events that happen in Hollywood and, you know, from music, movies, and all that. But this major event takes us to the sports arena. We can't not talk about the Super Bowl this week.
Huge.
So we
Huge.
tape this show on a Wednesday. Super Bowl happens Sunday. The episode for this will come out Friday. So there you go, a little walk in the park there. So we've had a few days to absorb all the big events from the Super Bowl.
Recap of that we wanted to give you guys. And,
you take it
we
away.
can't not talk about it.
Yeah.
There were so many things to unpack, but you know, the time has finally come to talk about the Super Bowl. Yeah, let's get started with the obvious information, which is, you know, who won the game. The Seattle Seahawks took home the trophy, beating the New England Patriots 29-13.
Yeah, it was kind of a boring game.
That's what I've been told. Like,
it was very boring.
I heard it wasn't a particularly fun game to watch, but I mean, congrats to the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
I mean, you still won. They had fun, I'm sure. But, you know, most people, I personally just tuned into the performances.
Let's be honest.
Yes, like, I mean, let's just get into it.
I like to see who is in the crowd. I like to see who's sitting with who. I think it's kind of like it's almost like a big class reunion for the world of celebrities, sports, Hollywood, TV, entertainment. It's like they all come together. You got your influencers there, a little bit of everybody. You got your broadcasters, just the biggest
There's
names.
so many people there that oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I remember you.
Exactly. So I think it was fun. Aaron, we talked about the score of the game and all of of that mumbo jumbo. But, tell me a little bit of your take on, the game wasn't too exciting, but did you enjoy the commercials?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you have any favorites that stood out? It's hard to remember them. It really
There's
is.
so many.
I'm springing that question on you because even I'm sitting here trying to think if I can remember one of my favorites. I missed
a lot because I was
Me too.
driving on the way, like in between. But also, we have to go to bed early.
That's kind of why this is.
That game started,
Yeah.
and we were like halfway through. So I'm
Yes.
sure there's plenty that I missed.
Not because Aaron and I live together, but because we work at 14 News on a morning shift together. But truly, we have to make sure we're each tucked in by around earlier than your average person, which it does.
We don't look this good.
I know,
naturally.
right? We need our beauty sleep. Yeah, it's funny. I thought the same thing. I pushed it and stayed up a little later than I should have on a Sunday night, on a school night, but. I missed the commercials because, in my defense, if I was going to stay up late, I'm going to help get my daughter down to bed. So I was kind of doing her bath
Which
routine.
Is totally fair.
Yes, exactly. So I did miss.
It's a mark of a good mother right
Thank
there.
you. I do my best. I do my best. What's funny is they always say that the first block of commercials that roll out after the game kicks off, those are like your top tier. I think those are the most expensive time slots too.
Really? Mm-hmm. People spend, by people, I mean corporations spend a lot of money.
I took an advertising class in college, and one of our assignments was my professor said, okay, on Sunday night, I want you guys to watch that first block of commercials from the Super Bowl, and I want you to talk about them in class the next week when we come in. And I, of course, love the sentimental ones, but I really love my comedy. I think the one I'm only remembering is Sabrina Carpenter with Pringles. Other than that, I'm blanking right now, to be honest. So, well, I tell you what, Aaron, let's pivot from the game and the broadcast side of it. And now let's recap the performances.
My favorite.
Dude, we've got 3 big ones here. Green Day kicked things off with what they called the opening ceremonies. It's like the Olympics. And then you had Charlie Puth, who did the national anthem. And then we'll get to Bad Bunny, who obviously was your big halftime show. So, Aaron, did the Green Day performance, I've seen some clips and highlights.
I've seen it. I've seen each performance from all of them. Green Day sounds exactly the same. Solid performance. I figured it would be. You know. They sound great live still. Sometimes artists, God bless them, they age and their voices just don't have it anymore. And that's just like part of aging. But they still got it.
They move a little slower, a little bit. But no, in this case, they were on fire.
They were still on beat.
I enjoyed it. It was they delivered exactly what I'd hoped they did. Now, let's move to Charlie Puth.
Yes.
Which, guys,
that one
is amazing.
Made me proud to be an American.
He has perfect pitch. Fun fact. I think people know this, some don't. So here's a fun fact for you today. Artist Charlie Puth, who again did this year's national anthem at the Super Bowl, he has this rare talent where you can tell him a note like C sharp, and then he can sing it perfectly on pitch for you, which is incredible. But what I really loved is each artist that does the anthem gets the chance to stick to the anthem. You don't want to change it up too much.
Right.
It's one of those things, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But everybody has done their own thing, whether they come out with a guitar or they Whitney Houston it with like a full, orchestra, an ensemble behind you, or they keep it simple, a cappella. Either way, I love to see what they're going to do. And Charlie, his arrangement was beautiful. I really liked it.
I did too. I thought they all add a little bit of themselves into it, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
You don't want just the same, no offense, the same old. You want to add like a little bit of flair to it. And I think he did such a good job of like teetering that line where he doesn't go overboard, but he just does the right. Dare I say, it's up there with Whitney Houston.
I agree. Speaking of flair and fire, let's now go to the halftime show.
Yes.
Bad Bunny was our performer. Of course, we'll keep it light and happy here on our show. A lot of folks, you're going to have opinions. You're going to have people that are never happy. You're going to have people that fight to the death to, go to war defending that person, whether it's people didn't like Lady Gaga. I mean, we love Lady Gaga. Then I remember people hated Maroon 5, and I was like, I love Maroon 5. Now, listen, Beyonce. I don't think anybody debated Beyonce. But
no.
There were some people that loved Justin Timberlake, didn't like Justin Timberlake. And that's kind of what it's all about, is you get people talking. And Bad Bunny did that this year, because for the first time ever, we had a fully Spanish speaking and Spanish songs, just this whole like Latino vibe to the Super Bowl. So it was a very different approach and different take. But as far as being entertained, Aaron, how'd you feel? Were you entertained?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, he's a great singer. Of course, I'm not fluent in Spanish, so I didn't.
Same.
And I'm not like the biggest Bad Bunny fan, but he put on a show.
Yes.
And I think that's all it's about at the end of the day.
For.
Put on a good show. And I mean, I think he did a great job, and he had some cool guests that I wasn't expecting. You talked about
Lady
it.
Gaga showed up. Yeah, I think that's why she popped in my head.
My personal, Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin, you guys. I had to do a double take.
Was
You
like,
looked fantastic.
55 and you look like that. Hello. I could only
Living
wish.
la vida loca.
I wish I could look like that at that age. We'll see. But I mean,
Goals.
They were great additions.
So great.
Because we didn't really know, is he going to bring anybody out? And when Beyonce did it, of course Destiny's Child is going to come out. I would have been so upset if they didn't.
Do you know the year it was? They covered all the demographics. They had Beyonce, Chris Martin, and Bruno Mars.
It was
time.
wild.
I was like, what's happening?
Such a wild
And yet again, people either loved it or they hated it, and that's okay. But no, I'm with you. I can say yes that I was entertained.
I was very entertained.
Yeah. He seems pretty sweet. He seems like a nice person.
He seems genuine and just I think he knew he had something to prove, but he didn't let that get into his mind too deep. I think he knew exactly what he was going to do. He had a message for everybody at the end of it that I appreciate. You can go look at that on your own time. But I loved it personally.
I loved that, it had people, regardless if you knew any songs, I could just tell it had people moving. Yes. And that's good music. Yes. And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
So speaking of the Bad Bunny halftime show, let's talk about what you just recapped that Lady Gaga was there and Ricky Martin. But here's what's crazy is there was an actual wedding that took place.
Yeah.
I thought, this must be staged, but no, it was a real wedding. That couple actually got married in real time during the show.
It was
How cool was that?
I mean, what a story to tell someday. And it was also the reveal of Lady Gaga too.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is nuts.
It was neat. And when he fell through the house, that was kind of cool. It was pre-recorded, I think.
It was so cool though. I loved it.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? I had a couple notes here. We talked about the wedding, the guest singers that were joining him. So, I mean, I guess that kind of covers it for our shows and performers. Yeah, again, kind of a boring game.
Kind of a boring game, but not a boring entertainment segment of the game.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about Super Bowl 60?
First of all, I didn't know it was 60. If that tells you how big of a sports fan I am.
This shows how well I know my Roman numerals. Can we get away from that? Are we still using...
Yeah, can we not? I know it's a tradition or whatever, but we did 50 for actual 50. We should just do that from now on.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, help us out here. But I mean, I just enjoyed all the commercials, all the performances. The game couldn't have been less interesting to me. Sorry, sports fans, but this is an entertainment podcast. We only cover so much sports, just saying.
Well, I need to know, did you guys have any good food, though, when you were eating at the Super Bowl? That's the most important thing, too, is not just the music and the halftime show. Aaron and I also show up
on
for
the
nose.
Food. I had Mexican food.
There you have it. There you go. He is, again, living La Vida Loca, folks.
Always.
You know
what?
My husband had this cool idea where he was like, why don't we do something that's a spin on one of our favorites, which is buffalo chicken tacos. So I had tacos, too, but we're trying to be healthy, you guys. So we're going to take a side road here on the podcast. For your Health Minute segment with Casie, he saw this recipe where you take shredded cheese and it was either coconut or almond, some sort of flour, like a healthy flour. Okay. And you just mix it in a bowl. And for some reason, those two ingredients love each other. You throw them on a pan and you can make this cheese almond flour tortilla, wrap. So it's kind of just like a cheese wrap, basically. And so it's a little bit lighter than your processed tortilla wraps. I hope I'm not losing you guys here. I'm sorry. They're toning out at this point. But we had buffalo chicken wraps with these really cool, healthy cheese. So we kind of, indulged, but then also still, hey, we're still new year, new goals.
We enjoy
keeping it together.
Got to. I'm trying to get abs by summer.
We're trying abs by summer. # Aaron, go fund him. We'll put up the link on 14 News.
Please help me on 4.
Okay. anything else you want to add before we wrap up our really last segment here on the show?
I'm good. I think we should just get right into
Let's
this.
go. Aaron, I love this.
Yes, our new segment that we're doing each week is On This Day in History. And if you're listening to this on Friday, the year 2000 was the last published Peanuts comic strip by Charles Schulz. This is literally the last Peanuts strip that was brand new that was ever published, you know, after 50 years of drawing the iconic characters that include like Snoopy and Charlie Brown, Lucy, Linus. He decided to leave behind the comic strip and retire. But it was his last comic strip, and it was released one day after he passed away.
That's wild.
Which I think is almost poetic and kind of, I don't want to say beautiful, but in a way it's kind of like closing a chapter of your life. And
yes.
I mean, 50 years of your life was dedicated to that. Oh my.
Yeah, I feel like the timing of that's almost beautiful in a way.
I think it's a good way to wrap up your, I mean, if my work ended with this show, I'd be happy. You know what I mean?
Do you ever read like a comic strip or any of that?
Sometimes, yeah. I enjoy them.
I remember when I was a kid, that was always the part, you know, in the newspaper. Back in our day, kids, there was this thing called an actual tangible newspaper. And I remember skipping always to the comic. Of course, I never got any of them because, again, I was a kid. But, I love the Peanuts ones.
I do too.
They were very pure and sweet. So, yeah, that's a fun fact. Again, if you listen to our episode on the day it was released, which is this Friday, that's the day in this day in history. Again, we had a wonderful friend from growing up that she recommended that. Again, shout out to you, Jasmine. She was like, hey, here's a cool idea. You guys should do like a day in the history.
We want to hear all of your ideas,
we
please.
Finally got some feedback. Yeah, we'll take it.
We love it.
Careful what you wish for, I guess. But hey.
Guess.
Well, Aaron, I tell you what, it's good to be in the studio here with you today, my friend.
Always.
We're starting, again, to thaw out there in the tri-state. It's been a beautiful week.
Oh my gosh, we hit 60 and I thought, summer day, man.
I have come back
I want shorts and a tank top on.
Bless. Well, I tell you what, guys, thank you again for listening. We are so glad to have you join us for another episode this week. We love bringing you guys all things pop culture and all things trending. Aaron, I'll let you tie a bow on it. Where can folks find us?
Yep, you can find us on 14news.com under podcasts. Click What's the Trend. Our newest episode will be there. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, really, we're going to be there.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next time on
What's the Trend? Bye.